Today we'll talk about the Leil Seder. It's like a Passover. And you probably know that there are 15 steps in Leil Seder. Kadesh, Urchatz, Karpas, Yachatz, 15 steps. Why 15, not 14 or not 16? It's because in Beit HaMikdash there were 15 stairs from it calls Ezrat Israel, that place that everybody can come, and the holy place, it's Ezrat Israel, it's called, from Ezrat Nashim to Ezrat Israel. And why there were 15 stairs and not 16 and not 14? Agra says it's because in those there are 15 levels that divide from our world until upper world. 15 levels. And why 15 and not 16, not 14? It's because 15 is name of a god. Yah, Shem Hashem, Yud Hey. Really, what we are doing in Leil Seder, we move from secular world, from mundane world, to world of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And that's why we are climb up on this in Leil Seder, in this evening. And each step there is some deep idea that stands behind this step. Today, we of course we cannot talk about all those 15, so we'll talk just about. I chose one or two, and we'll try to analyze what it stands behind all those names: Kadesh, Urchatz, Karpas, Yachatz, Magid, Rachatza, Mutzi, Matzah, Tzafon, Korech, Yachatz, Magid, Rachatza, Mutzi, Matzah, Korech, Barech, Tzafon, Barech, Halel, Nirtzah. There are 15. So the third step there is it calls Karpas. Karpas, in reality, what is going on there? It's that people eat some vegetables, some yerek. It's like usually it's salad, chasa. Just the chasa. What is such a big deal to eat chasa in Leil Seder? But you understand, it's all those symbols. It's like a codes that they tell you something else. It's something that hidden, something stand behind. Chazal said that they eat karpas in order that to cause to children ask you question. What's the question? Why do you do that? Why are you doing that? Usually in Shabbat, what happens? You make kiddush, you wash your hand, and then you eat bread, right? It's from washing hands, you eat bread. But in Pesach, instead of eating matzah, you wash your hand. It was kadesh urchatz, and third, it should be like eating matzah. But instead of that, we eat chasa. Why? In order to make you curious, make a child, like children, ask you, why do you do that? It's not in the order. It shouldn't be like that. You should eat first of all, bread or matzah. And that is those questions that they ask. Ma nishtana halayla ze mikol halelot. You've heard of that, right? You know that. Why they ask? What they sing in this song? Ma nishtana. What changed in this night, in this evening, from other evenings that usually we eat bread and not salad. And they ask for 4 questions. That usually we eat bread, today we eat only matzah, usually we eat all kind of like questions. And those questions, they are like a inner part of Leila Seder. It's so important, those questions, that someone, if you don't have children, for example, you make your Seder only with adult people. Somebody from those adult people have to ask those questions. But if those adult people, they are scholars, they're rabbis, they know the answer to this question. Even so, someone have to ask those 4 questions. And if you're alone with your wife, nobody, your wife have to ask you. And what I'm telling you, it's not a tradition, it's a law, it's a halacha, it's a Shulchan Aruch. And if you're alone, sometimes there are people, like it was in Russia, in a prison, Rav Mendelevich, he celebrate Pesach alone in a prison. So who will ask him those questions? He must ask himself those questions. Why it's so important to ask questions? It's not that you should be curious. It's something else. To ask question, it is one of the main, like an inner part of Judaism. It's a integral part of Judaism. Ability and your obligation to ask questions. Why? And because, even, Judaism start from questions. You remember the story, this midrash about Avram Avinu, that he was non-Jewish, he was just like a regular man, and he started to investigate the world. And he asked, who created this world? Who is the owner of all that? Those stars and these mountains and this air, who did it? That how Judaism start, from questions. And that one of the biggest difference between Judaism and other religion. What happened in other religion? You know what usually they say to you?
Don't ask questions.
Don't ask questions. Really? You know that, right?
Yeah.
I knew someone that he was in India, and he went to one of ashram. Ashram, you know that. And it was very nice, he said. They sing all kind of songs, and they did meditation. It was very nice, and they had guru, and this guru saying, It was he enjoyed very much. And they play some music, they had some flute, and it was wonderful. And guru said all kinds of things about creation, something. So he asked him, how do you know that it's true what you're saying? And he asked him, are you Jewish? He says, yes. So go to Israel and ask those questions. And he didn't say, no, go to Israel. No, he was honest. He said it not like who are you? You ask questions. Go to your Israel. No. He really said to him, you should go to Israel and then ask those questions. Because here we don't ask questions. We just perceive spiritual light, and light from Buddha, from this and that, I don't know, all kind of Buddha. And it's no question. You have to just perceive what we say, to believe, to accept, and that's it. And if you want to investigate, it's not the best place for that in the world. It's in Israel. And that it's not only in Buddhism or Hinduism or other religion. It's in Christianity. Everything is built on that. It was, in Christianity, one of the main fundamental, fundament of Christianity. His name was one of the greatest philosopher of Christianity. It was Augustinus, and also Tertullianus, and they say credo estum absurdum. You've heard this expression? Credo estum absurdum. I believe because this is absurd, because it's impossible to understand, and that's why I believe. My faith based on some absurd, on unknown. Credo ego absurdo. I don't remember exactly this word. So, what's the idea? We say no. We want to know, not to believe, not to perceive, not to accept what you're telling me. How do you know that what you're telling me is true? And maybe you make mistake. Maybe I tell you now things that they are not true. How do you know? You should ask. You should discover your faith. Not to believe, not to accept. And that's why the main book of oral Torah, it's Gemara. And what it's written in Talmud, people used to say, oh, it's Talmud, it's Talmudical world, it's Talmudic. What do you mean Talmud? Talmud, it's protocols of discussion that were in Beit HaMidrash, in their yeshivot. Discussion. All Talmud, all Gemara, it's not stories, it's arguments. People argue, and those arguments they are written in Gemara. Different ideas, different opinions.
I have the quote, Rabbi, if you want.
How say? Credo?
Credo quia absurdum.
Quia.
Quia.
Quia. Exactly. Credo quia absurdum. Who said that? What is written?
Sant Agostino.
Tertullianus or Augustinus?
Sant Agostino. Augustinus.
Augustinus. There are two.
Father of the.
No, he wasn't his father.
No. I mean.
Fathers of church. Yes, fathers of
church.
church. Yes, exactly. Quia. You understand? We don't want that you should believe. Even opposite. You know what it's written? That only stupid believe. That's what it's written. Stupid, he believe. Peti yamin lechol davar. It's written in Mishlei.
Mas ילדים. מס ילדים.
משלי?
לא, ילדים. אתה אמרת רבי פטרי למין יכול לשמוע?
Petty, stupid.
Yeah.
Will accept, will believe everything. Everything what you tell him, he believes. all kind of things that they say. Okay, yeah, believe, because he's naive and innocent. Naive. We say, okay, someone that naive doesn't know that maybe he cannot investigate. Okay, it's okay. You always have your place in Judaism. It's always you can do, but it's not ideal in Judaism that you should believe. We say opposite. You should ask, and it's me. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I forget to close this. Yeah. And even there you go. So this critical approach in Judaism, it's very important because we say we don't afraid to check our faith. Why other religion they say don't ask? Because they're afraid that it will be logically, people will understand this. They have no base to believe. And in Judaism we say, no, ask. Please. We don't hide anything. Everything is open. There is no, no, that question don't ask. No, ask everything. There are questions that they are against of logic. If you ask something before this world, that we cannot know, because before this world, it's by definition, it's chaos. So about chaos, you cannot ask, because all your way of investigation, they are according to logic, and in chaos there is no logic. That's why this is contradict. But without that, no. And this is the difference between other religion. It's like people have the feeling that all kind of religions say different kind of things. Christians say that, Muslims say that, Buddhism says that, Judaism also says something, and everybody has something. No, it's not true. It's like if there will be a group of liars, and that fact that you are stand among them, it means that you are a liar also? No. There are 99 liars, and you one say truth. The same thing in Judaism. All religions in the world, they invent their religion. They didn't get from God, like Jewish nation. They just, some man comes and he says, well, you should know I was born from virgin. Okay. How do you know? Believe. Who saw that? Who know? Who see? No one. Except of your husband, that he was naive. That was her explanation. She said, "Oh, it's from God." Okay, no, and she believed, and he believed, because he didn't learn the Torah. That's why he believed. And we only one says, no, we want to know. How do you know? And you should ask questions. And if you don't ask questions, you look like it's evil. It's like evil. Pay attention that the same answer what father there are 4 children, right? Evil, clever, innocent, and someone that he doesn't know how to ask, what to ask. You remember? This child that doesn't know how to ask, we imagine to ourselves that this child or some retarded, some child. But in Torah they said no, like in Chazal says, maybe he is someone that he doesn't care. That's why he doesn't know how to ask. He don't care. That's why he's not asking question. And the same answer that father answered to evil son, the same answer he answered to give to his child that didn't ask a question, don't know how to ask. And it shows that Chazal relate to him like someone not so good.
But why quoting 2 different pasuk?
Again?
Why quoting 2 different pasuk if it's the same answer and not quoting the same pasuk?
The same pasuk that he said.
The same pasuk?
To innocent and to father asked to evil child, בעבור זה עשה השם לי בצאתי ממצרים, and the same words he says to this to his boy that doesn't know how to ask, בעבור זה עשה השם לי בצאתי ממצרים. Exactly the same word. Why he gave the same answer? Chazal says that because he has some he looked like someone evil. There are people that they are like, what does it mean? No. Maybe I made a mistake. In English, stupid, it's someone that he is like some connection to someone that he is closed. In Hebrew, stupid, atum. It means that he is closed, he is depressed. Like
I know. From the Latin, deficere, it means deficient. So it's lacking or something.
How is it in Latin?
Deficere.
The feature?
Deficere.
And you probably also pay attention that all Torah tells about Jews in the desert that they were always very suspicious. You remember the story that that after that sea was open, and it's written ויאמינו בהשם ומשה עבדו, אז ישיר את בני ישראל את השרה הזאת. And Jews believe in Hashem, and Moshe his servant. You remember in Torah it's written? You remember, right?
Yeah.
But think about, they believe only after that they cross Red Sea, after the huge miracle, but before they saw 10 plagues. Plagues, you say? Plagues. 10 plagues. They saw in his eyes. They saw everything. And only now they believe in Moshe. And after Har Sinai, Hashem gave them Torah. Everything was wonderful. And Hashem said to Moshe, I will talk to you face to face, and then they will believe in you. Only then, they saw man, they saw miracles, some birds came to them, they ate, all kind of things happened there. And Hashem said, now they will believe in you. Why? Because they didn't believe. Jews, they are in our nature, we are skeptical. We're not innocent. We're not naive. Ah, yes. We see some voice come from heaven, from sky. Wow, it's a God. No. Maybe it was a volcano explosion. Volcano. How do you know that it was God? Maybe it was some earthquake. How say it? Earthquake? Quake. How do you know that God talked to you? Ah, you've heard voice. Maybe sometimes when there is earthquake, there is some noise. Yeah, I've heard that in my life. How do you know that God talked to you? You understand? Jews, they skeptical by definition, by their nature, spiritual nature of Jews. They don't believe. And if they were convinced, you can rely on them. You can know that they probably checked very, very accurate, very deep, very exact. They didn't accept some...
So if someone comes and says that he's the Moshiach, he's going to have bad time then.
Today, if someone will come that he says that he's Mashiach, he'll get in a med house, how say it, like in a hospital. Ah, you're Mashiach? No. And even if he'll make some miracles, so what? It won't to me it wouldn't be anything. Okay, so black magic, I don't know, maybe you're Harry Potter, I don't know. I wouldn't make anything that Harry Potter will make and say to me, you see, now God sent me. Okay, maybe not. Maybe you're some magician or some David Copperfield. It was some. You remember this? He make that Statue of Liberty will disappear. You remember? You saw. So what? No, that won't influence on me.
Because I think so that the Chileans was so impossible for do it. It's only one miracle can do that. And when they lose the fire in Hashem did. So because who can open the sea? So it's impossible. Even when the Moshe asked with Hashem, the people can't believe in me. Hashem told Moshe, just do, I can do everything. And the first one, Moshe walking, and when the water coming in the face, this is what's opened. Everyone coming inside.
It was, what it is? It was, sometimes water, it's go down,
I know,
right?
Yeah, I know.
How say in English? There is more water and less water in the sea.
The tide.
Tide.
But
Then what happened?
But the water coming at the top, they don't. Was opened at the sides.
How do you know? Maybe they lie.
I believe it.
Ah, believe you. Exactly. That's what they said. Don't believe. No, really. Check.
This is Spirit Torah. You can't believe in the miracles. We can't depend on the miracles.
Exactly.
Yeah. You can do. You need to. Hashem.
Because if you believe in miracles, so will come some. It's written in Torah that it will come some prophet. It's written prophet, and he'll make miracle to you, and then he'll say, "Don't do this in some mitzvah, or you should add another mitzvah. You have to kill this prophet."
Yeah.
You understand? Jews, they're very, very. Everything is like they want to know exact. And Jews, it's only one nation in the world that never changed their religion.
Because
Think about all nations that you've heard about them, they change their religion. Like Muslims, they change their religion. Arabs, they change or not?
Yeah.
Of course,
Yeah.
yes. What they believe, Islam exists just 1,400 years, right? 1,400 years.
Yeah.
What they believe in before? They did some idols. They believe in different religion. Christianity in Europe, it exists just also 1700 years, right? Even 16 from Constantine, that he did this change. He built Constantinople in. What they believed before in Europe, French, Italy, English, Germany, they believe in different cultures, like a different religion. Everybody changed, except of Jews. We didn't believe in it, but after that we saw that it's true, we believe for all our life. And nobody can move. They killed Jews, they did terrible things, and Jews never changed their religion, never. Just a moment. And you know, it's interesting thing that that it's written about Einstein, that he, when he went to school, he went back from school at home. What his mother asked him, what do you think?
I'm just waking.
What do you learn today?
Oh, it's an obvious question, right?
Alright.
What do you learn there, right? No, she asked different question. Einstein explained. He said it was different question. Know what she asked him? What question you ask there? You understand that it's very big difference between what you learn there, what you ask there. That's how we training. It's like a training of our brain to ask questions, to figure out, to check, to investigate, and that is idea of karpas, that karpas, it's part of our seder. It means, what does it mean, this seder, Leila Seder, this Passover night? Huh? What did,
Yeah, I'm gonna see the question that the mother asked Einstein. The mother said, "What are the teachers asking you?" Because he know a lot. The teachers don't have any questions for asking him.
He was awful in school, actually.
Yeah, and after the mother teach him because the teachers cannot do anything. Wow.
Now, so what we summarize what you talk until now. To summarize that, it's to say that part of our ability to be free person, in our way to our freedom, those 15 steps that we have, it's that we know that we are obligated to figure out our faith. And I told you already once, that I'll say it again, I wrote about this book. I have a book that calls Clear Faith. And they translate this book in a few languages, in French, in Russian, English, and you read this book twice, in two languages.
Yeah.
You read in two languages. This is the purpose of this book, that people will not believe, they shouldn't trust We should know. That is, it's one of the steps there to be free person. It's one aspect. Now we will talk about another aspect of Leil Seder. It calls tzafun. It's one of the last. It's number 12, I think, or 13 of tzafun. Tzafun. It's when you do in Leil Seder, you take matzah. There are 3 matzot in Leil Seder. You break one of them, and it calls yachatz. And the biggest part of what you broke, this, you hide. And children try to steal this. That it calls tzafun. Tzafun, really, what it was in reality, that after all Seder, they ate this sacrifice, this sheep. That was in reality. They ate after they finished almost all Leil Seder, then they ate tzafun. But today we eat matzah, and that it calls, and we eat like also we make asava like this, and it's a hidden part. So what's the idea of tzafun? What it called, what we meant by tzafun? In order to explain that, I want to remind you that we talked about that a few times, that reality, all reality, has a external part and inner part. Everything that happens in reality, there are external aspect of this thing and inner. For example, and inner part, it calls tzafun. Tzafun, if you translate literally to English, it's hidden. Tzafun. So, for example, you come to wedding. You see wedding. What do you see in wedding? You see the groom and bride. You see a lot of flowers. You see that she has a white dress. And you see chuppah. You see orchestra. You see some people will go and give you some champagne or some herring or all kinds of things. And people talk. And wedding. There is someone make pictures and someone make video, wedding. But really, this is not wedding. This is also external part. Really wedding, it's spiritual, what happened in that Shekhinah present there. This is a revelation of God illumination. That's what happened in wedding. Wedding is Gilui Shekhinah. That is really wedding. So what functions of flowers and chuppah and orchestra and the cameraman and all that, the way it's how it's revealed, how it's appeared in reality. But really what happened? Something else. So everything that in our life, there is external and inner part. But in our life, from our childhood, we used to meet. We meet only external part of reality. And in order to get in inner part, we have to learn Torah. This is purpose one of the like a role or function of Torah to teach us how you can get into inner part of reality. I'll give you example. You remember when brothers of Joseph were in Egypt, and suddenly they say that they are spies, and they say no, we are not spies, and all kind of things that they release them, and they find suddenly in their bags they find their money. You remember this story? That they went out of Egypt already, and they were in a hotel. It's not hotel. It's like a malon. It's written, and they find money, but they pay for this food in Egypt. You don't remember?
The sons of
Give me.
The brothers.
No?
The brothers.
Brothers.
I remember, yeah.
No,
Remember this part, yeah.
No.
Yeah, they spread the food Joseph.
I'm glad to say you something new, because sometimes I feel that you know more than me, that I tell you all kind of things that you know without me. That is like
I just read it.
Mhm. It's written like this. It's Miketz, the name of the parasha, Miketz. It's 40, chapter 42, 43. And the verse is 27. When the one of them opened his sack to give feed to his donkey at the inn, it was an inn, it is like a hotel, inn, he saw his money, and behold, it was in the mouth of his sack. So he said to his brothers, "My money has been returned, and behold it. It's mistake. It's in my sack." Their hearts sunk, and listen what their reaction. Their hearts sunk, and they turned trembling one to another, said, "What is this that God was done to us?" What does mean heart sunk? You know what is sunk?
Sunk is a ship sunk, but the heart, I don't know.
Yes, it's like a...
Go down.
The word in Hebrew it's written more strongly. It's written ve'echredu. They were like some terrible things. Wow! And then they understand what is that God has done to us. They find something good, find their money. No. They understood that everything that happened to them is from God. They didn't pay attention before. Why? Because they were occupied by reality. Our reality is illusion. But it's not like Maya in Hinduism. Maya is everything, it's illusion, it's not true. No, we don't say that. We say that this world is illusion as it is, but it's also tunnel to upper world. We don't neglect to this world. And that's what happened to them. They thought that, okay, the life, it's all kind of things happen here. And suddenly their heart sunk. And they say, wow, everything comes from God. And that's the idea of tzafun. Tzafun, it's telling you should know that what happened to us in our reality is just external part of life. There is something that hidden, and that is tzafun.